What if I told you there are places on Earth where time stopped, where entire communities vanished, leaving behind homes, churches, schools, frozen exactly as they were the day everyone left? Some disappeared in 30 seconds. Others took 30 years. But they all share one thing: silence. Over the next few minutes, I'm taking you to 16 abandoned villages across 4 continents. You'll walk through a German town buried in African sand. Stand inside a Soviet settlement, frozen at the North Pole. Visit a Spanish village preserved as a war grave, and discover the one village that refused to die. Let's find out. Imagine this: 3,500 stone houses cascading down a hillside, completely silent. In 1923, 20,000 Greek Orthodox residents called this place home, until a single treaty changed everything overnight. The Treaty of Lausanne forced every Greek family to abandon their lives here, their churches, their memories. Muslims from Macedonia arrived to replace them, but found the remote location too harsh and left too. Then, in 1957, an earthquake delivered the final blow. Today, Kayakoi stands frozen as a museum village, empty doorways leading nowhere, roofless homes open to the sky. Russell Crowe filmed The Water Diviner here because nowhere else captures this haunting beauty. Walk these streets, and you'll hear the echo of 20,000 lives that vanished in an instant. At 2,200 meters above sea level, Ushguli holds a record no village wants. Europe's highest inhabited settlement, snowbound 6 months every year. But here's what's incredible. People have lived here continuously since the 9th century. Over 200 medieval defensive towers still pierce the sky, built when enemies were a constant threat. The 12th century Lamaria Church watches over just 250 residents who maintain a lifestyle virtually unchanged for a millennium. Mount Shkara, Georgia's highest peak, looms above like a frozen guardian. UNESCO declared this place so unique, it's a World Heritage Site. When winter comes, Ushguli gets completely cut off from civilization. Yet families stay generation after generation in stone homes their ancestors built 800 years ago. This isn't abandonment, it's defiance. The rock formation looks like a giant hand clawing at the sky, 5 stone fingers that gave this village its name. But Pentadatilo's real story is written in blood. In 1686, Baron Bernardino Abenavoli murdered the entire Alberti family over forbidden love with Antonietta Alberti. Legend says a bloody handprint appeared on the castle wall and stayed visible for decades. Then earthquakes hit in 1783. By 1968, authorities declared it uninhabitable. By 1971, everyone was gone. For years, only ghosts walked these streets, or so locals claimed. Then something unexpected happened. Artists and shepherds started returning in the 1980s. Now it's Italy's most famous ghost town, where the line between legend and reality blurs in the shadow of those 5 stone fingers. They built Krakow on a hilltop for defense. Nobody realized they'd built it on a ticking time bomb. The clay-rich soil beneath this medieval village had been slowly sliding since the 1800s. In 1963, a massive landslide forced 1,800 residents to flee overnight to a new settlement in the valley. They thought they'd return. Then 1972 floods hit. Then the 1980 Irpinia earthquake delivered the final blow. Krakow was done, but Hollywood wasn't. James Bond chased villains through these crumbling streets in Quantum of Solace. Mel Gibson filmed The Passion of the Christ here. Today you can only visit with guides. The buildings are still collapsing, still sliding down that unstable hill. Krakow is dying in slow motion, and we're watching it happen. January 14th, 1968, 11:30 p.m. The Belize earthquake lasted 30 seconds. That's all it took to erase Poggioreale from the map. 200 people died that night. "4,000 survivors fled and never came back. They call it modern Pompeii. A town frozen at the exact moment disaster struck." Plates still on tables, clothes still in closets, photographs still on walls. The government built new Poggioreale nearby, a modern replacement. But many residents couldn't bear to return, even to the new town. The memories were too heavy. Now, nature is slowly reclaiming the ruins. Vines crawling through windows, trees growing through roofs. Technically, you're not supposed to enter, but the ruins stand there waiting, a monument to the 30 seconds that changed everything forever. If you're enjoying this journey, hit subscribe. The stories only get wilder from here. Now, let's head to Eastern Europe. "100 stone cottages line the slopes of Slieve Moor Mountain on Ekel Island. Empty. Silent. This wasn't always a ghost village. Families used it for centuries as a summer grazing settlement, moving their cattle up the mountain when the grass grew thick. Then 1845 arrived. The potato blight hit Ireland like a hammer. The Great Famine killed 1 million people and forced another 1 million to flee. Sleevemore's families couldn't pay the increased rents demanded by landlord Sir Richard O'Donnell. One by one, they abandoned their stone homes. Some moved down the mountain. Others left Ireland forever. By the early 1900s, the last resident was gone. Now these cottages stand as Ireland's most haunting reminder of the famine, a village that starved to death. "18 people, that's all who live in Gassadalur today." For centuries, this village was the most isolated inhabited place in Europe, trapped between mountains and the Atlantic Ocean. No roads, no cars, just a brutal 5-kilometer mountain hike that took 3 hours, or a terrifying boat landing up vertical cliffs. The population peaked at 60, then slowly bled away as young people chose easier lives elsewhere. By 2003, only 16 adults remained. Then they carved a tunnel through solid mountain, 1,400 meters of rock connecting Gassadalur to civilization. The tunnel opened in 2006. Cars could finally reach the village, but it was too late. Today, Gassadalur survives on the edge of extinction, saved by a tunnel that came decades too late. Here's the cruelest irony. Granadilla was evacuated because of a flood that never came. In the 1960s, Franco's government built the Gabriel y Galá Reservoir. Engineers warned that Granadilla, a medieval village dating to the 9th century, would be submerged. In 1965, soldiers forced every resident to leave. Families packed centuries of memories and walked away from homes their ancestors built. Then the reservoir filled. The roads flooded, but Granadilla itself stayed above water, an island village surrounded by the lake that destroyed it. The government declared it a permanent flood zone anyway. Nobody could return. For 15 years it sat empty, perfectly preserved but forbidden. In 1980, they finally declared it a historic site. Now tourists walk streets the original residents were never allowed to see again. August 24th, 1937. The Spanish Civil War reached Belchite. For 2 weeks, Republican and nationalist forces tore this town apart in brutal house-to-house combat. Artillery shells ripped through the church of San Martin. Bullets shredded every wall. When the smoke cleared on September 7th, Belchite was rubble and corpses. Franco won the war and made a chilling decision: leave Belchite exactly as it fell. Build a new town nearby, but preserve the ruins as a monument to war's destruction. So they did. For 88 years, Belchite Viejo has stood frozen at the moment of its death. Bullet holes still scar the walls. The church tower still points at the sky like a broken finger. You can walk through it, but parts are collapsing. Belchite is still dying. June 10th, 1944. 2 p.m. Nazi SS troops surrounded Oradour-sur-Glane and ordered everyone to the village square. 642 people, men, women, children, even babies. The soldiers separated the men, locked them in barns, and machine-gunned them. They herded the women and children into the church, barricaded the doors, and set it on fire. "642 people murdered in 4 hours. Then the SS burned the entire village and left. After the war, Charles de Gaulle made a decree: preserve Oradour exactly as the Nazis left it. Never rebuild, never clean up. Let the world see what happened here. Today, 300,000 people visit annually. They walk past the burned cars, the melted church bell, the baby carriage still sitting in the street. Oradour isn't a village anymore. It's a grave. We're 2/3 through, 6 villages left, including the most surprising one. Subscribe so you don't miss it. They called it the village that moved. Between 1951 and 1963, catastrophic floods and landslides hammered Gairo Vecchio relentlessly. The hillside beneath this Sardinian village was literally sliding into the valley. Homes cracked open, streets buckled. The government finally admitted defeat and built Gairo Nuovo 3 kilometers away. By 1963, every resident had relocated. But here's what makes Gairo Vecchio hauntingly unique. It's remarkably intact. Unlike earthquake ruins, these buildings didn't collapse. They just emptied. You can still read shop signs, see furniture through windows, walk into the church where weddings happened for centuries. It's like everyone left for lunch and never came back. Now wild boars roam the streets and vegetation swallows the buildings. Gyro didn't die violently. It just slowly slipped away. In 1908, a railway worker named Zacharias Lewala found a diamond glittering in the Namib Desert sand. Within months, Kolmanskap exploded into existence, a German colonial town with a hospital, ballroom, casino, even an ice factory in the scorching desert. For 40 years, diamonds made people rich beyond imagination. They built mansions with bowling alleys, hosted lavish parties. Then 1954 arrived. The diamonds ran out. Every single person left. The desert immediately began its revenge. Sand poured through windows, filled hallways, buried entire rooms. Today, you wade through knee-deep sand dunes inside living rooms. The Namib is literally eating Kolmanskap alive, one grain at a time. Photographers travel worldwide to capture this surreal sight. A German town drowning in African sand. Nature always wins. The Soviet Union built a coal mining town 1,200 kilometers from the North Pole and named it after the pyramid-shaped mountain looming above. At its peak in the 1980s, 1,000 Russians lived here, the northernmost settlement on Earth. They built a swimming pool, library, gymnasium, even a grand piano in the cultural center. Then 1998 happened. Coal prices collapsed. Russia abandoned Pyramiden overnight, leaving everything behind. The Arctic cold preserved it perfectly. A Soviet time capsule frozen at -20 degrees Celsius. Newspapers from 1998 still sit on tables. Propaganda posters still hang on walls. The swimming pool still has water. Because of the extreme cold, nothing decays. Pyramiden isn't rotting like normal ghost towns. It's frozen in time, waiting in the eternal Arctic twilight. For 70 years, Villa Epiquen thrived as Argentina's premier spa resort. 25,000 tourists annually came to bathe in the healing salt waters of Lago Epiquen. "5,000 residents served them in hotels, restaurants, and shops." Then November 10th, 1985 arrived. After years of rising water, the lake's protective dam collapsed. Salt water flooded the town in hours. Residents fled with nothing. The water kept rising, 10 meters deep, submerging everything. For 25 years, Villa Epiquen sat underwater like Argentina's Atlantis. Then 2009 brought a miracle. The water receded. The town emerged, encrusted in thick salt, like a crystallized corpse. Now you can walk through salt-white ruins where trees stand like frozen ghosts. One man, Pablo Novak, returned to live alone among the salt-covered memories. Silver-built Real de Catorce. At its 1890s peak, 40,000 people worked the mines that produced millions in silver. The town sprawled across the mountains. Churches, theaters, mansions, even a bull ring. Then the Mexican Revolution erupted in 1910. Chaos, violence, mines closed. By 1920, the silver was exhausted anyway. 40,000 people vanished, leaving behind a ghost town at 2,750 meters altitude. For decades, only 200 stubborn souls remained. Then Hollywood discovered it. The Mexican, starring Brad Pitt, filmed here. Suddenly tourists arrived. Artists moved in. Now, Real de Catorce exists in limbo, part ghost town, part bohemian revival. You can explore abandoned mansions in the morning and buy artisan crafts in the afternoon. It's the only village on this list that's haunted and alive simultaneously. Wait, Supai isn't abandoned. That's exactly the point. While every other village on this list died, Supai refuses to. The Havasupai tribe has lived in this Grand Canyon village for 800 years. It's the most remote community in the continental United States. No roads reach it. Ever. Mail arrives by mule train or helicopter. The only ways in are an 8-mile hike, horseback, or helicopter. Modern America surrounds them, but Supai exists outside it. Just 200 tribal members live here permanently, maintaining traditions their ancestors established centuries ago. They could leave. They choose to stay. While 15 villages on this list represent abandonment and loss, Supai represents defiance and survival. Sometimes the most remarkable story isn't about who left, it's about who stayed. "16 villages, 4 continents, 16 different ways a place can die. Some were swallowed by nature, earthquakes, floods, sand. Others destroyed by us, war, greed, bureaucracy. But here's what connects them. Everyone was once filled with ordinary people, living ordinary lives. Until one day, sometimes in 30 seconds, sometimes over 30 years, it all ended. These aren't just abandoned buildings. They're frozen moments proving nothing lasts forever. except Supai. While 15 villages became ghosts, 200 people in the Grand Canyon choose to stay. No roads, no easy life, just defiance. So here's my question. What makes a place worth fighting for? If this journey moved you, subscribe. There are thousands more hidden stories waiting, and Epic Planet TV is going to find them.